This is the top 5 most commonly used fish species for making fish sauce around the world. Hey there, welcome to this channel. Today we're going to be looking at the different types of fish that are used for fish sauce. The first one is anchovies. Anchovies belong to the Engraulidae family, and they are the most important fish for fish sauce. In particular, 2 species stand out, the Pacific anchovy and the Indian anchovy. Now these 2 species are not always easy to tell apart, so often they're lumped together and just referred to as anchovies. In general, anchovies tend to be small, oily fish that are very rich in protein. And those 2 characteristics, small and oily, are what make them so perfect for fish sauce production. Because during fermentation, the protein breaks down into amino acids, which contribute to that rich, deep, savory umami flavor that we love in fish sauce. The most important fish sauce made from anchovies would have to be the Vietnamese nuoc mam, which is one of the most pungent, savory, and umami sauces out there. They also play an important role in Thai fish sauce, nam pla, where they're usually mixed with other fish like mackerel. And in the Philippines, patis is made from the tamban or the Philippine anchovy. They're also used in Indonesia, Malaysia, India, and many other countries. As a quick side note here, when I say anchovies, I am referring specifically to the anchovies that are used for fish sauce. There are some other anchovies out there, like the European anchovy, which are much larger and are typically cured in salt or pickled in vinegar. Those are delicious too, but they're just not used for fish sauce. Now back to our list. At number 2, we have mackerel. Mackerel is often used either alone or mixed with anchovies. It belongs to the Scomber species and is close to tuna, and so it has a slightly richer, more oilier taste than anchovies. In some places like Thailand, it's the preferred fish for making fish sauce. And in others like Indonesia, it's mixed with anchovies to add some extra richness. Next, we have sardines. Like anchovies, sardines are small, oily fish that are extremely common along many coastlines around the world. This makes them a very accessible and affordable ingredient for fish sauce. In Southeast Asia, sardines are generally referred to as Sardinella. And in some parts of Southeast Asia, particularly in Indonesia and the southern Philippines, they are fermented on their own to make a type of fish sauce. Now, the flavor profile of sardine fish sauce can vary depending on the type of sardine and how it's processed, but it tends to be quite similar to anchovy-based fish sauces. And coming in at number 4, we have round scad. Now, round scad actually refers to a whole group of fish in the Decapterus genus, and depending on the species, they can grow to be quite large. However, for fish sauce, they typically only use the smaller ones. In Vietnam, they call it ca nuc, and it's used in some coastal areas where anchovies are harder to come by. The taste of round scad fish sauce tends to be a bit milder and slightly sweeter than anchovy-based sauces, but it can vary depending on the species and the processing methods. And finally, we have krill or tiny shrimp. Now, krill and tiny shrimp actually belong to the same group of animals called decapods, which also includes larger shrimp and crabs. But don't worry, we're not talking about those here. We're talking about the really tiny ones that can be found in shallow coastal waters. In many parts of the world, they're used to make a type of fish sauce, such as the prahok variants in Cambodia, as well as in the Philippines and some parts of Vietnam. These are typically lighter in color and sometimes reddish in hue. And the taste of the fish sauce will depend on the type of krill or shrimp used, as well as the processing method. But in general, they tend to produce a lighter and less pungent fish sauce compared to anchovies or mackerel. So while these are the 5 most commonly used types of fish for fish sauce, it's important to note that this isn't an exhaustive list. Depending on where you are in the world, any small, abundant coastal fish could potentially be used for fish sauce. Many cultures have their own unique takes on fish sauce, and some of those might include other types of fish that aren't on this list. However, if you ask chefs and fish sauce producers which fish is best for fish sauce, they will almost always say anchovies. Anchovies are considered the gold standard for premium fish sauce because of their small size, high protein content, and oily texture. All of these factors make them perfect for fermentation, resulting in a rich, deep, and complex flavor that is prized by cooks and food lovers alike. All right, folks, that's it for this episode. If you enjoyed this video, please do me a favor and click the like button. And if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe. It's free, and you'll get to see these videos before anyone else. I've got lots of cool stuff planned for this year, including more fish sauce-related content, as well as content about other types of fermented foods. So don't miss out. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.